And when did we say the Lego brick was designed to transport people?
Exactly.
Well,
Nowhere on there is
the same you hung on to it, Sean?
You see how slow that's climbing now?
You hang on to it then.
I'm the health and safety officer here, and I'd like to say I was just testing it out, and I did reply back it's not a good idea. Did you listen?
Okay. Now we need to adjust the p-value because the I value was the one causing the problem. Yeah, the integral is what increases it over time. Which was what was causing the problem was it was increasing over time too much. The problem is, if this is too low relative to this, then as this builds up over time, this can't counter it anymore. Same with this one. Sir Falcon, thank you. Delta, there's one going out today, mate, that talks about a lot of those questions that you're asking. Vanilla Donut, thank you for 31. You see how 0.7 throttle stabilized and now it's reducing it. You see that? Never did that before. Almost exactly went to 50, just went just a tiny bit over. Almost exactly went to where we said. So we'll bump it up to like 70. You see that? Look at that. Now we're talking clovage. And we'll bring it back down now. 28. If anything, we could probably increase the p-value a little bit more. Fuel. But that was a lot better, right? We'll save P21 because P21 was decent. We'll move to P22. So, those are the values that did that. Now, what happened was it slightly overshot.
How's the mission get fuel?
It wasn't... I think it got to 0.7 throttle before it backed off. When it got to 0.7 throttle, it started backing off fairly quickly. It could have gone higher. So we probably need a little bit more gain.
With Jack's plan.
What?
I can't get in the building.
Should be a door.
Which are locked.
Ah. That certainly is a problem.
Oops.
It's already got better software than
How
Boeing.
much is it over there to buy?
80 grand.
Once we get this bit sorted, everything else will flow from that. Like, getting the engines tuned is a real priority. Yeah, but we also didn't clamp the values an hour ago without...
Also, how much fuel does Paul need back there?
Also, we're learning stuff.
15k tank, I think.
Because, like, what people tend to do with PIDs is just throw values in there they got off the internet, and they have no idea what they do.
It's the same tack you've got over there.
Whereas now you can actually see what's happening. So 1.2 before it started backing off this time. Now 1.2 is slightly more than maximum, but it's close enough. The derivative may be slightly too aggressive. It's not achieved for 59. You see that it's never quite getting there. Like the derivative's hitting the brakes before it gets there. And you set a minimum idle setting that's greater than 0. We've kind of done that already. So we're putting everything through a clamp. And this is clamping the minimum to 0.05. So what we see is not what the engine gets. The engine gets a range between 0.5 and 1. And that basically solves the burnout problem.
We're at 7,000, so we need about...
And the downside of that is it won't hit the brakes as quickly now, which means it may overshoot more. So it accelerates up to about 44, 45 and then stops. And I'm trying to decide whether we need more proportion or more integral. I don't think proportion is going to help us because it goes over 1 anyway. Try a bit more integral. Tom 1, thank you, 51 months. Down to 7k Jet A right now.
I'm bringing some in a second. Yeah, Fran, you stay in that seat and don't move.
That's the plan.
Sit in the naughty corner.
Yeah.
That's 50. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Went up to 52, but it's stabilized. That's not bad at all. There's 90. 89. Look at that. That's a reasonable amount of glove, that is. You just want to see the plane fly. Well, I need to test if the gear works now. 1 second. Because I messed about with the gear. Wait, why is the fold point at the end like that? Why on earth did I put the hinge there? I need to move that hinge. Oh, flying is easy. Landing is the hard part. I know I can get this plane in the air. The question is, can I land it?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
back.
So what we want to do... First of all, the sensitivity on that fold. 1.0. Microfish, thank you, sir. I'll fix the gear and then we'll go and take it up. Now that we've got the jet engine not exploding.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
Okay, so if we cut it there. So I think what I want to do is I want to cut the wheel. Just break the wheel away a little bit. Then we want to move this thing up. I think this is what we want. Alright, so that and that needs to be connected. And that needs to be connected, I believe. Okay, let's just test it on this side first. You're not on the hanger, right?
No.
Yeah, handbrake for the sim rig. I've got one the Whiteland sent me, but I don't really have a place to mount it because I need a mouse pad though. So I'm kind of struggling with that one. There you go. So I want it folding in like that rather than like that. Any goals for Yacht 6, Devil Dude? Find the right balance would be my goal. Let's cut that away. Oh no, where's the wheel gone? I thought I pasted the wheel in. Oh, that's why. It went below the minimum. I went to paste it back in and it was outside the bounding box, so it didn't paste it.
And the airport is in sight.
The airport.
Yes,
The
the airport. The airport.
You're not planning on flying that thing yet, are you, Paul?
So as soon as you've got me some fuel, I'll be ready for a test flight.
I may need someone's help. If you come out of the workshop and look up.
I'm alright. Auto save.
Where's it gonna? Oh, that's right.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Inbound puppy.
I'm gonna try and get as close as I can.
Right. Can you disconnect or do you want me to?
Oh, I can just land next to it for now.
Oh, you can reel it in.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like all the rotor blades are there, which is a bit weird.
What? I took some lessons, Paul.
What does the zinc connect to?
The side frame.
The what?
The side frame is on this one here.
Let me go and reverse this. We are loading.
Yay!
Glenn, 5 years, 60 months, thank you. Feels like yesterday I remember going full time. So you went,
All the
you
plates are
subscribed
still
on the very
chopper.
day I went full
Look
time.
at that.
GG.
Your anniversary will be forever the same as mine, Glenn. That's awesome. This has got a 15,000 litre capacity and it's on 10.
Okay.
Brett,
Who's
son, how you
wheeling
doing,
the hose
sir?
in?
Me.
You're about to tip the things, the brakes are on.
Start off.
Now you can.
How much fuel's in that?
2,800 left.
Nice.
I think I put like 8k in because I thought you'd test it once or twice before I got back.
So somewhere are you aesthetically modifying this or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Also. Maybe make it a cube, like a cube as well, or something. Rather than rectangular.
Yeah, I'll spawn it in and see if you agree with the design principle. Hang on.
It's your design.
And that's us empty. I can despawn this now.
Nice. We're back up to full here.
Nice.
Right, so
Tension builds, excitement.
it was looking something like that. That's the bottom half.
Airlift refuel service.
Lol. You missed it hard though.
The pixel art.
Nice.
Service.
Yeah, you are right. I knew I was missing a bloody letter.
Also,
You have no idea.
if that's the way it spawns in, then wheels are facing the wrong way.
No, because I was turning it the other way. I'll rotate the whole thing.
So it's a bathtub, right?
Well, it's half of a bathtub. I was taking principles from your boat and plane.
See what I did to the top one to get rid of on top to get rid of the winches.
Right, can I spawn my plane in yet?
Yeah, let me move Curly Toes out of the way.
Need to take this for a test flight.
I should film it from Curly Toes.
Film it.
Yeah.
Like an news reporter.
Yeah.
Well, there is a gimbal camera you could put on.
Oh, you stupid thing.
Stand in the plane, see what happens. What's the worst that can happen?
Death. Destruction.
You end up in a lake miles away.
Well, you can always spawn here.
We should have a tug of war competition.
What?
Curly Toes.
Gotta do first the plane.
Yeah.
I should really put a fuel gauge on the inside of the plane. Be fine. Not sure how much flight time we'll have. Probably just a minute or two. That'd be good enough. Right, you might want to move ups.
I'm moving.
Right, let's see.
I think I'm gonna
Chat
sit
list.
down.
What's our
What do you
chat
say,
list?
but-
Chat list is we throttle up, we turn the thing on.
SERVICE, right?
Release the parking brake.
Sounds correct.
No, we didn't. We didn't. Blow it all Curly Toes.
In taxi.
Look up. Just the
Lol. This thing gets a really poor turning circle. I need to do something about the nose gear.
It looks oddly cool. Something like that. Why not?
What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Gear is up. The only problem is I have no equipment for navigation, so I may lose the airfield completely.
Go straight.
This is not ideal testing weather.
Oh, God, he's coming. Oh, turn! Coming that way.
This is not easy.
Zooming a lot. You just overflow the end at like 200 miles an hour.
Chopper down? Is that chopper down?
Just going up.
That didn't look good.
See, we should open up our own aerobatics team.
I feel like we should support my gaming kind of company.
I'm going to come round for an approach.
Good luck.
I'll have to run way back to the next update.
Oh, this is not easy to control.
That approach doesn't look right.
A bit high.
Maybe circle around again.
Don't know how much fuel he has yet.
And fine.
I might have missed the runway.
You can see me, but... Oh yeah.
Oh, we're on the ground.
I'm on the ground, but yeah, wasn't great.
That's not good.
All this tarmac you managed to land on grass.
Quality flying pups.
Mate, been in one piece.
This thing won't turn. Oh, that's why it won't turn. The landing gear's collapsed.
Click the gear, maybe it'll raise it.
That's the negative.
Yeah, the landing gear's actually snapped because I landed on the front nose.
You need
So
to
we
have like a small connector to the front so I can pick you up.
Yeah, I need a connector on it.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll land. Hello!
I need a bit more sensitivity on the ailerons and stuff because it's really slow to respond.
Don't we have reverse thrust?
Wow, there's a lot of fuel in the pipe. Oh my god, pups, what are you doing? Are you trying to hug me with the curly toe there? That would be amazing if you can actually pick me up. If you get the toe just in the cockpit, I reckon you can lift it.
I'm trying. I need like this. It needs to be slightly longer on the front.
I'll just build a plane with a giant hook on it.
I could just modify this and have.
Yeah, you might not be able to... You might get it with the rear of the skid rather than the front. But it'll probably fall off.
Look at all the damage on the inside.
Delta, welcome back.
Flying this thing backwards ain't easy.
That fuel hose for me is out the door in kind of mid-air. It's doing some weird things.
Solid multiplayer, that's why.
So for me, Pups is parked here in front of the door.
Lol.
Yeah, you sound massively desynced.
Yeah.
I think I might have broke something. It doesn't want to hover.
I don't think you can lift this. Oh, I was close.
Now
Down a bit.
operating.
Reverse. Okay, you're in-ish.
That may not have helped.
That really helped. Oh dear.
You need to hook the toe under.
I'll just take it back. I think that's going to take a long time.
Add a small like hook to the front of it, Paul.
What's the... You can tow me
So the
away.
small
I wanna
connector,
see-
a
I wanna
small
see if
connector on
Curly-
top.
Yeah, I want to see if Curly Toes can lift it.
Right, I do need to adjust some sensitivity on this thing. Because this is really bad. I'm going to put that left and right in 25%.
Oh, there's the tank tracks. I expect that refuel brick thing to have tank tracks on it.
Anniversary. Natter.
There may have been a slight overcalculation on the capacity of this thing.
Okay.
I've just spawned it in and it's got a 60,000 litre fuel capacity.
There's no way it's going to lift
Big
that.
enough.
Methinks it needs to be smaller.
Or we could not fill the whole thing up.
Yeah, but the trouble is even the empty weight is a mass, so
Yeah.
if I can take some
There's
blocks
that.
out, then that'll be better.
It's going to be hard landing this thing on the rear wheels. Okay, that's a bit more responsive. That's perhaps too responsive.
That is quite responsive now.
Yeah, maybe a bit too much.
Somewhere in the middle.
Taxiing was a problem as well.
That looks good. The front wheel is turning very fast though.
Yeah, I'm going to adjust that.
Yeah. Because I noticed that when taxiing with my own planes, if the front wheel turns too quickly, then it, instead of turning, it just keeps going forwards.
Pitch is too
Good old
quick.
understeer.
Massive understeer.
It's safe to spawn Curly Toes.
It's empty right this minute, so if you're quick.
I have a solution to the problem, Jack.
What? Oh my god.
Let's put this on.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Does it even fly with all that weight on the front?
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Happy Yacht 6 says another 5 years of awesome
We just
content.
put a bit
First
of
time I've
fuel in
probably
it.
been able to watch the whole of
It's gonna
Yachts
have
weekend as I'm
counterbalance.
usually at college and work.
It's all
Thank you,
good.
Connor.
That's what the fuel is for.
Can I spawn yet?
Not this second.
Nope.
Oh, hang on.
If you clamp
Oh,
left
just
or
get
right
rid
to
of
point
Curly
2 to
Toes.
point 8 before it goes nose
No,
wheel
you
when
don't
it
make
completely
that.
sideways. Could be useful to have it going sideways though, just saying. Ah. Controlling that. There you go. I should clamp it. Oh yeah.
Welcome back, Natter.
Okay, so the controls have been tuned a little bit.
It's gone cold all of a sudden in this hangar.
Put your jumper on.
I didn't bring any.
I'll work out how high we want this thing to be.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Hmm.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Bit of a sharp angle, really, isn't it? It would be cool to make the whole nose cone open. I think I'm just trying to get the plane operational, and then I'm trying to make it, like, think about what we want to do with it. It really does depend on what we're trying to do with it. Mr. Heapster, happy Yacht 6. I want to get started with this game, but really don't know where to start. Is there any tutorial in the game that helps you build your first vehicle? I was thinking about doing some videos on it, Andy, actually. Starting next week. So, if you can hold off until then.
Back, Nutter.
So, Womble, welcome back. Harpoon, welcome back. SSMs, thank you for 7 months. Kind of wondering if that's a bit too sharp. Whether it'd be better to... Who's wearing high heels?
No idea.
Happy anniversary, Nutter. Happy anniversary, Nutter. Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Gives it a bit more of a rounded shape. A bit more like a fuselage.
You spawning it back in then, Paul?
I don't know, I've been waiting for you guys.
Yeah, we said it was clear.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Well, nighttime.
We were rated for night, right?
I don't know if that's too fast or not. Probably is. Wide Soul, thank you, mate. I don't understand what you mean, wide. Oh, look at that. The glass sticks out slightly. That's annoying. That's going to ruin the look. Well, if I go back a square, I'll have to move the whole cockpit back. I won't have enough space for instrumentation.
You spawning in the curly toes, pups?
No, I'm just making something quick.
As it stands, I can only put something here. I can't put something here. That's annoying. You think I should reshape the nose anyway? Why? Well, the corner window... The corner window's kind of designed to sit one block down from the main window. Thank you, Bonner. What we can do instead is, I think there's a slope in... Do that instead.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Joe the Huntsman, thank you, welcome back. Josh48, thank you for 63. Barrel 39 and Seb was 63, thank you guys, as ever. So,
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
do we bring the note, like the top down to meet this, do you think? Or that feel claustrophobic when you stood up? I mean, it's what it should do, I guess. Let's run a block there a second. Have a look at the wedges a sec. I was wondering about 2 layers of windows. I'm not sure if it'll just look like a car with a sunroof. Something along these lines. Nice one, AEW. I think what we need there is wedge 1, 2 like that. That gives you the front curvature. The problem is where it meets here, you need to sort of tidy this up now. Let's see what it's like when we get in it. Do you need me to sleep or anything?
No.
Looking forward to the weight and balance calculations. So that's quite a high roof, actually. That could, in theory, come down a block. How's the bathtub, Sammy?
Concentrating.
I think I'll probably redo that nose completely so it flows down better. It does feel quite high.
Jack, do you know how much a medium fuel tank?
A medium fuel tank?
Yeah.
No, not off the top of my head, I can't remember. I know the large is like 700, I think.
Yeah,
It depends what you're using the plane for. Like, if you're using it for cargo, it's probably not a bad height.
Stab in the dark.
If you want to
Would be
put
nice
boxes
if
and
they
stuff in
could
here,
try.
or fuel tanks or whatever, then the
not
height is
say-
beneficial.
You've got a search bar.
Let's bring that up, bring that out. quite a chunky plane now. Is it the same plane we had a wonderful entrance? Yep, it's exactly the same plane. It's starting to look plane shaped now.
Welcome back, Nutter.
So you probably want this to sort of line that way. Or maybe about here, maybe not here. It does for cargo, yeah. It's just how do you get the cargo in there? That's the problem. You need to have some kind of a ramp or something underneath. I know what we have. Oh, this is the fuel tank. We can't use that. Maybe the tail section just opens up and a ramp comes down. Or maybe we just have a cargo door here with a ramp on it and a winch. You could drag things up. I don't know. There's possibilities. That all needs tidying up. You boys have gone very quiet.
I'm building something for your jet.
Yeah.
What are you building?
Find out.
Oh, God.
What do you mean? Oh, my name's not Whiteland.
Lol.
I mean, to be fair, that's a good point.
I mean, I can spawn it. It's got no wheels on yet.
Oh, I don't want to ruin the surprise.
I mean, I don't even know if this is going to work.
Oh, it's
Famous
not
last
setting on
words.
fire.
That's going to ramp down to like here, isn't it? Thinking the other wedge might work better. Change the whole tail section. Yikes. I'd rather retrofit that. You get the general principle right and then try and smooth it off later. That's what I'm thinking. So annoying when you want to put a block into, like, I want to put a block there, but in order to do it, I need to put a block to put it against. You have to put that in first. Roughly what we're after. At some point up, we chat for 5 years full time. Lol. What if I said to you that chat used to be a lot worse on Twitch than it is these days? Yeah, I think we're going to need an inverse pyramid at some point. That's an interesting shape wedge. Yeah, you're an improvement, Dave, over what we used to get in the early days. Twitch was a lot worse years ago. Pyramid 1x4. Pyramid 1x2, like that. At some point, Neil, when it's actually flyable. 100% agree on that. Those years of community building streamers like yourself. Yeah, I guess there is that. Yeah, I guess there is that. I think, you know, there's more than one factor here, like an improvement in moderation tools, improvements in the way Twitch deals with things. There's a lot of stuff has changed over the years.
Is it safe to spawn something?
At the moment, yeah. As long as it's good. If it's no good, it'll blow up.
Just don't look at it. I mean, you can look at it and you can try and guess what it's going to be. But...
It's like playing 3D Tetris. What, a 2x4 pyramid? Hang on. Inverse 2x4, 2x4. I think that goes straight in there. I seem to want to go. Maybe an inverse 2x4? Maybe not. Maybe it would go in if that was removed, though. It looks like it should fit, but it doesn't. It's kind of weird.
Welcome back, Nutter.
That's so bizarre. One, because it's a 1x2 and it ends in a 1x2. Bordo, welcome back. Thank you, Plagiato. Press I. There you go. Figure it out later. That should be a 1x4. I would have thought. Plenty of time to tidy that up. It looks quite chunky. I mean, in terms of plane mechanics, the wing is too far back. Like the center of mass is here, so the central lift should be near that. But you can't, you want the center of mass to be in front of the wing in this game so that it sits forward. It's also too short in your opinion. What, the fuselage? I mean, you can chop it here and bring the fuselage forward. Oh, you mean the wings are too short? It's not so much that, it's the fact they're so far back is what annoys me. Yeah, but if you bring the wings forward, the center of mass being where it is, it then... Because the wheels being here, the center of mass is not in front of the wheels, so the plane just does that. That's what happens. Let me save that. Right, so if we cut it from like here, and then move the whole thing forward. Hello, dear. Sweet. Oh, a pepperoni. Huh? Wheels at the back of your fuselage. How would you spread out? How would you spread the wheels if you had them at the back of the fuselage? That would look so weird.
How colourful, Sammy.
Well, it was its first draft. I just need Paul to come out and see if he can hook the hoses up to it.
Okay. I know the wings are too far back. They were too far back before I started that. They're still too far back. Where am I connecting it?
In.
It's a bit high, Sammy.
Is it? Damn.
Get on the ladder and do it from above.
I would personally put it 1 block lower. I mean, you can still do it by faffing around, but an ideal world. Because you have to climb up the ladder, then sort of fall onto it.
Can you move it across to the out now?
Where was the release?
There.
Press it. What, so the in release is over the out? Okay.
No, that's a fluid connector release, so that releases all the connectors. It just happens to be that side because I had another plan to put another button on the other side, but yeah. So would it 1 block lower seriously make a difference?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So can you put the pump on reverse over there? Well, hey, it works. Thank you.
Just the only thing I would say looking at it, is it the wheels at the bottom, are they as far out as they can go? I'm just thinking about stability.
I can now move them over. It was just because the original one was 60,000. I've kind of shrunk it and shrunk it and shrunk it, and
Yeah.
this is what we've ended up with for so far.
Right, you ain't seen my creation yet.
Sounds ominous.
I'm sure it'll be well proportioned and work flawlessly.
You have more confidence than I do.
So you want the connector 1 lower, okay,
Definitely.
and the wheels outboard as far as they'll go.
Just for stability when you're dropping it off with a chopper or something.
Any color preferences? Was red okay, or?
Red's fine. Maybe not all red. Maybe like white and red or something.
Hang on, you didn't put tank tracks on it. Disappointed.
I'm thinking about the weight of airlift.
Right, so if we take that and shunt it forward a bit, right? Cut. Seems about right, doesn't it? Okay, center of mass is still just in front of that wheel. Still looks like to me it should be here. Can I spawn this?
Yes.
Was that a yes from everyone?
I'm clear.
I'm clear.
Puppies is clear.
Actually, give me a good time to count some bricks.
Yeah, looks okay. Well, you can add some weight at the front if you really want to move it forward. Whoa, what am I... Puppy!
Oh, hang on.
Oops.
There you go.
You plane stealer, you.
I don't think.
Is an annoying feature in multiplayer, that.
Multiple people use the same workbench then.
Yeah. It's just that if they go into the workbench when you've got something spawned in the area, it captures it.
I want to go back and work on my thing.
Please tell me you saved it.
I did. I mean, it's not looking like much at the moment.
What is it supposed to be?
Yes.
So now the center of mass is like
A
over the
pushback
wing,
truck?
No.
which is kind of
there's a hole
okay,
inside, hang on.
except the wheel needs to be further back, really. But because the wing slopes up underneath, it's kind of tricky to put it further back. Kind of want the wheel back here. One thing also might also be on planes that wings are usually swept, giving the impression of them being further forward. Yeah, but they're swept backwards because they are so forward on the mount point. But the other thing is, engines are really, really heavy on most planes, which is one of the reasons why the engines sit forward of the wing, because they want to bring that weight forward here, which I've tried to do, but a lot of this is still quite heavy. Well, 4 engines is going to burn more fuel. I'd rather not have more engines unless we need it. I mean, I can shove the wheels back at least 1 block. Yeah, we can put a better weight at the back. It's one thing we can do. I think that's got the whole thing. Let's go a couple of blocks. Have to fix that later. Make it look pretty. Okay, so center of mass is still a little tiny bit behind the wheel.
Welcome back, Nutter.
We just want to bring it forward enough so that when you spawn it doesn't fall over, which is probably what's going to happen right now. Bodder, thank you for gifting in a sub. Sorry, you didn't gift a sub. Walker back, seismic walker back. Let's try that. Really don't like adding weight blocks on a plane. Yeah, I misread it, Bodder. See, look, it's like... That's the problem.
There is more plane behind the wing than there is in front.
Would you just test the connectors again for me, Paul?
1 second. Eh. Yeah, we could lower the roof. Can do it without climbing ladders now.
Okay, great.
Yay! Right, time to take a break.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, I'll drop this off into the design department across the break, and they can come back somewhere.
The design department.
The painting department.
Fair enough. Right, guys, I'm going to take a break for an hour. I should be back. It's 4 o'clock now. I'll be back at 5 for part 2. So I shall see you all then. So yeah, don't forget the t-shirt's available, the Yachts t-shirt. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. And I'll be back in an hour. I'm just going to grab some grub, have a walk around, quick break. Suggest you do the same thing. If you're heading out this evening, have a good evening. Thanks to the guys for joining me. Thanks to the mods for their splendid modding. And I shall see you all in about an hour's time. Take it easy, guys. See you in a bit.